What's up, everybody? Brett here, back today playing some more Battle Brothers. We are picking up where we left off last time, guys. It's day 52. It's dusk. And we're outside the beautiful fishing village of Otterndorf. And there are some missions here for us. If you remember in the last episode, we managed to conclude the ambition that allows us to get noble house-based contracts. So we're going to be taking advantage of those, hopefully today. What are you looking for? A band of orcs? Could be dangerous. We have some injuries on our bros thanks to beating up hookers, unfortunately. Like that's not what I felt like doing. North of wait, where are we going? Oh my god, that's why they're paying us so much? Okay. Well, you know what? I would not have taken that. I should have, instead of thinking about how to explain to my children that I said the phrase beat up hookers. I'm thinking now that I should have been reading where the quest was, because I just assumed it would be here, and instead they gave me a mission for here. So we're going to take advantage of it, right? We're going to make it part of the plan. I'm not going to run away from this. We're going to beat those orcs. We're going to come back. We're going to use some of our hard-earned funds, of which we have a lot now. We're going to engage in the arena, and we're going to try and pick up, I think, 2 brothers today. That's my goal. I'm going to prioritize that over... we have a free seat in the camp followers. Dang it. Okay. We need to start being a little choosy, I think, with our camp followers. I know you can rotate them out for money. But the only ones we have active right now... Okay, we can unlock the cook. But maybe she's not worth it. The lookout, increase your sight radius by 25%, reveals extended information about footprints. I do like this, but I don't know if it's worth the money. And then we have scout, makes us travel 15% faster. And time is money, y'all. It's easy to overlook this. Imagine you play a campaign that's 300 turns long. And for let's call it 50 turns, you were moving 15% faster the whole time. You traveled 15% farther. You saw 15% more battles, perhaps. To me, this is kind of secretly great. And it also allows us to escape from anything. And it allows us to chase down anything. So, there are definitely times where you go to chase a company down or a group. And they make you chase them for almost like an entire day. And an entire day's worth of chasing means you just lost an entire day's worth of pay. So there's money here. There really is in the scout and utility. And then we have the negotiator, which I know is money. Allows for more rounds of contract negotiations with your potential employers before they abort and without any hit to relations. So when our relations are high enough, we can basically just go into every contract and be like, you need to pay us more money. And they're going to be like, but wait, I don't want to pay. And you're like, now you need to pay us more money. And then they accept, and then we say, okay. And over the course of a long game, or a long series, 3,000 crowns is nothing. We make this back, especially in the late game, we make this back in like 6 contracts. Like done. They're paying us, we're taking 3,000 gold contracts, and then we negotiate, and they're paying us 4,000 gold contracts. So the negotiator to me seems like a no-brainer. And because I'm rolling in dough, I know I said I was going to wait, but we're going to make more money today, for sure. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on this. I wish I had done this at the opening of the episode. That would have been a good way to kind of open it, I think. That leaves us with 2 more free slots open. And there are some powerful... Ooh, yeah. I want to get the bounty hunter this Let's Play. I want to start just smashing champions. And I think you want the bounty hunter. Because it's going to increase your odds of just swimming in famed and legendary items. You're just going to hunt down champions. And you're going to get paid for it. And it's going to pay for itself in no time. So we're going to reserve the bounty hunter. We need 1 more legendary item to unlock him. There's so much good stuff here. I like the surgeon as well. Just for the utility. Have a roster of 16 men. Sadly, we'll just never have that. Paymaster can't save us. And Drill Sergeant, I could see being great. Retired a man with a permanent injury that isn't indebted. This is pretty easy to do. You could just You could just get a guy, let him die, like a cheap dude, just like a tailor. Let him die. He survives the killing blow, you win the fight, and then you're just like retired. And boom, you've unlocked the drill sergeant. And now you've got a lot of bonus experience. We could sit down and figure it out. 20% at level 1, as we've talked about. 20% of a level 1 is pretty small, actually. It tapers off, of course. But even this makes men in reserve never lose mood. Makes it so that if you're playing like the what is it called? The peasant origin. This makes it so that, your huge group of men, you don't have to constantly be cycling them in and out. Yeah, this one, unfortunately, the recruiter's not going to be for us either. I don't need to increase the amount of stuff I can carry. But the quartermaster's pretty easy to unlock as well. I just never repair anything at the town smith. I just don't do that. It's weird. And I can definitely see runs where we just raid the hell out of some caravans. Unlock snake oil recipe to earn money by crafting from various low-tier components? How did I not see this? Did I miss this? Or did they add this in some, like, newest patch? We can literally sell snake oil. That's hilarious. I didn't see this before, guys. And if I did, I didn't register it. Okay. Right now, we're going to grab the negotiator. I like this. Boom. You're in, buddy. The negotiator is home to noble courts and fancy halls and not used to traveling with a band of sellswords with muddy boots, but he is an expert of negotiating for the best prices and conditions when it comes to contracts. The sooner you get him, the better. We probably should have got him yesterday before we closed out. Let's come up here and let's get on these mountains. I want to get a better sense of what's over here. Now, keep in mind, guys, this contract's not going to be worth it. I don't think at all, unless we get lucky and find something, very useful. I will stop in here again because I have money. I'm grabbing war dogs. I'm not playing around with that. Let's hook up the brothers who don't have them. Yeah, I'm going to give one here. What level is Kane? Okay. We have Duelist. I'm looking at him and I'm like, man, I want to get Killing Frenzy, but we still don't have Nimble, and I also wanted to get Overwhelm on him. Picking up Footwork and Rotation definitely cut into our offensive potential. But it made him more survivable. Alright, let's head on. There are other locations here for us to take. We can make some more money along the way. I want to say the Persecutor's cover had a bandit leader when last I was here. And you know what else we're going to do, guys? Just for y'all. Let me do this. It's kind of dangerous to do this in the middle of a playthrough. But whenever I set these settings originally, and I had them down here before, the game was different. 90% of the audio in the master was right here. And I had to tweak it without, a percentage-based slider. So it was very difficult for me to try and tell. On my end, I hear everything. It sounds great. But when I upload it to YouTube, everything is super quiet. And I don't want to mess with it too much right now. But I'm hoping... I want to get you guys more in-game sounds. Okay, there's orcs here. I would like to fight them. And I think I'm going to head up here to this place. Depending on what this confrontation here looks like. Oh, wow. Collapsed fortress. Okay, and we got paid for discovering it, so that's cool. Let's get in there. It's lots of orcs young. Have we recovered from our injuries? Some of us have, some of us haven't. Quick note, I switched out Brown the Bear's, I wanted to call it a machete. His military cleaver, I gave it to Sir Asgot. Even though it really doesn't matter. Sir Asgot, I think, is going to end up having a better melee skill than them. But for right now, once we get more brothers, we're going to get away from the swords. It's just Brown and even Sir Asgot at the moment, their melee skill is so low that I think they benefit highly from the bonus chance to hit that the sword gives. Okay. 12 Orc Young is a lot more Orc Young than I was hoping to fight. we are going to take this high ground. Alright, the ones that have stepped in so far have shields. We have 60%. I'm going to go for this 72. This is going to get wild because we're going to get surrounded. And I don't think they're going to... Yeah, that sucked. 77% down the drain. I'm thinking about where to put Striker here. And I'm going to put him back here. I got no problem stepping in. The problem comes when we get surrounded here. Let's wait. Go for the disarm into the hit. Maybe we should be staying tighter than this. But we don't have enough men. I wasn't expecting 12 guys. If this is a 12v12, I'm not worried. A 9v12 means that my back line is that much more vulnerable. Shield wall probably wouldn't save me, but we're going to do it anyway. And I'm going to step in here. Yeah, we knew this would happen, but that's why Brown's here, not somebody else. Knew that would happen as well. Everything according to plan right now. And Kane just brutalized this dude. Wow, look at that move. It's like the magic bullet that killed JFK. He jumped in and hit me from the side. Get out of here with that nonsense. Alright, we've got a 77. No, we don't. Not really. I should have seen that. There we go. Just give me some hits. Give me some hits. Give me some overwhelm. I'm waiting here. I think his presence here is like flustering the AI. I think there's some serious value to it. Yeah, Buck, you might just have to switch over to the polearm, son. Do we jump? No, we can't do anything, so we'll just stop. Good, good. And if we need to, we can drop dogs. That's always going to be an option. There we go. Let's get that kill. Went for the disarm here, because that would have really helped Brown out. Wow, they don't want to give it to me, but I am messing them up here. What I can do instead is back it up to here. I like this a lot. So this is what I'm looking at. For those of you who are maybe, you know, you're not as, you don't see the Battle Brother board in the same way that I do. So it's all about controlling numbers right now and controlling zones. So one character, Striker, was sitting here on the high ground. The AI does the math, and they send these 4 guys up here. And they're like, I don't want to mess with this dude. So what do? They hedge their bets. They kind of cower from him, and they try to see how they can squeak through. Now, I get to the point where I have the choice, right? Do I waste my entire turn sitting on this rock? Is it worth it for him to do that? So that 4 of these guys, basically 3, are completely, like, inept for another turn. Is my 1 turn with 1 character worth their 3 turns, or their turns with 3 characters? And it is. But the way I see this fight going, especially because I know what the young can do, they're just going to jump in and stun me on this, and I'm going to feel like an idiot. So instead of that, I'm going to back up here and kind of reset it again. I feel like I'm messing up the AI potentially, and you know, I'm using my own knowledge of the game, I think, to grasp that. I think I've just kind of reset them again. I think they're going to try and posture 1 more turn, and I'm going to waste another turn. And it sucks because we're doing it with potentially him and Kane got to be the highest DPS, you know, guys on our squad. So it sucks to do it with him, but if they do come around, he's the best one in the best position to deal with it. And on the high ground with his stats, with his numbers, he's just not going to miss. This is the way more dangerous situation. But this is what I'm talking about. See, now he's like, I'm on the high ground, but I'm like, so what? You can't reach me. You can't do anything. Sorry for the coughing. I'm going to drink some water real quick. Give me a sec. Ooh. Cheerios. Cheerios are messing me up. Yeah, there we go. We cut his artery. This guy's dead. He just doesn't know it yet. I had an option there to step back here and potentially help out Oz, but I just don't think he needs it. And I'm not going to let myself be on the... Yeah, and that's what I knew was coming. I'm not going to let myself be on the low ground there. We have quick hands, so we can shoot once, and instead of reloading, we can go for that 81% and just bop that dude. Good hits. Now, I hate how much damage he just did to Stryker in one turn. And because I think this is just on lock, we're going to use Kane's turn to move here. Oh, and he moved back. Ooh, okay. We can play that game. Rotation, guys. All right, here we go. Thanks for the line shot, buddy. Yes, get wrecked. Kane says, hold my beer to literally everyone. Alright, that sucks because he hasn't gone yet. Alright. Put him to sleep. Put him to sleep. Grand Loser's in kind of a rough spot, but I think he can make it out of there. We're going to quick hands again. And I'm going to step down. We have a 30% chance there. Only a 15 on the disarm. Good stab. Ah, we whiff. Okay, someone's going after him. Or dogs. Come on, Grand Loser. You can block, buddy. And he does. He does a good job. Very good. Step in. Step up. Not a bad fight. And you know, with the way our luck's been going, if I got some fame loot here, that would be incredible. We didn't even have to use our war dogs. I'm proud of us. Kane is such like a he's like the dude on a basketball team who just won't pass. He just wants to make all the points. Yeah, no fame loot, but I mean all those weapons are good to sell. That's I mean we made a bundle there, and we should repair some of them since we're sitting at 90 tools. And it's not like our armor or anything is destroyed. Here we've got Sir Asgot. Let's go for Brawny again. Ooh, that give us, was it 8 fatigue? Take a 4 there. Take a 2 in melee skill. I hate to see these numbers. If this was a 4, it'd be an easy snap off. If this was, you know, I don't know, a 4 is pretty good here. I'm going to take it. But we want to get that range skill up. Or that range defense, I should say. It's pretty low for a frontliner. You can compensate by constantly using, you know, kite shields. That makes it better. But yeah, his fatigue just improved quite a bit. It's just he's got a broken nose right now, which does -5 fatigue recovery per turn. And he's wearing, you know, heavy armor. Let's see, what's the weight on these? 8. You know, he's tacking on some extra weight. Kite shields are pretty heavy too at 16. Alright. That was a fun diversion. And we fulfilled our ambition. I don't even remember what it was. As all your enemies either lie dead or are in retreat, Brown the Bear waves the company's banner in celebration. Once more the glorious 3 fought, and once more the glorious 3 prevailed. Ruckus cheers echo him all around. You soon discover that your recent battle is the talk of the local towns and villages. Whenever they stop at a tavern along the road, the brothers find that drinks are poured when the story of that battle is told. And the more the telling is embellished, the more freely the libations flow. So we gain an additional renown for our victory. That's right. It was to beat 12 or more guys, and that's what we did. Excellent. So we got a lot of extra renown for that, and we can go ahead and see in this. That's our reputation. That's not. No, it shows renown at the top, 1700. For the next one, we need 2250, which is honestly not that far off. I wanted to come up here and see what this is all about. Saddle is not a big city. Okay, let's not jump in there. This could be a bit more dangerous than I'm giving it credit for. And we have some injuries. Do I have backup armor at this stage? Not really. Yeah, not really. I mean, I could put him in. This is 52. I could put him in this, and we could swap some other stuff around. Some people who perhaps don't need the highest armor. Something like that. Oh, we have another war dog? Get in there, buddy. I don't know how I missed Finch. Sorry, Finch. And let's make sure we're repairing that also. We're going to repair these head choppers. They're quite expensive. The head splitters as well. The cruel falchion also. Pole mace too. Like all this stuff, when we go to sell it, we're going to make a fortune off of it. We just... Fighting orcs, the best thing about them is that you can often get lots and lots of tools. They drop lots of tools. And they have fortifications here. I have to imagine they're not going to move out of them, which means we need to go through them. Okay. That being the case, we are going to wait to step forward. I'm not going to give myself or give them a better target to get me with. They have one crossbow here, like a real crossbow in the hands of this marksman. Would love to get that. Ah, so this is what I was trying to figure out. The fortifications do indeed give them missile block. It's good to know. We went for an aim shot there. We nailed it, thankfully. It was a pretty good shot. I think it was 63, yes. Get our boy on some high ground there. This is a little dangerous, not having a shield stepping up to a crossbowman. Step in here. I feel like I should send someone to go and help up there. I'm just really thinking about how to divide my forces right now, if you're wondering. I don't like that Kane is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, here comes the javelin. If we can close the distance, I think he can't throw it. Wow, and they're landing their shots. Okay. Let's go for another aim shot. We're not going to move forward with him until we have to. I mean, a 52% is not terrible. Yeah, and if we hit it, we just feel like rock stars. So let's jump in. Break through this dude's... Okay. He came out to meet us with the war brand. Hell yeah, and we're in it. Well, we're not in it, but we will be. This is very interesting. I don't have a clear line of sight because of the tree. I figured more guys would step out here, which is why I was really covering my flanks. But we can do this. We don't get to switch and hit with the two-handed weapon, but it's still okay. I'm probably going to send Brown here with maybe Oz, and we're going to come in from the side. Man, 3 whiffs on this raider. Feels bad, man. Alright, I tried to take his weapon from him. I think that would have been a good play. The Warbrand is scary. Against our level of armor right now, the Warbrand is a very scary weapon. I used it in one of our last campaigns as a goblin killer. I had a unique Warbrand that was just mow down goblins. Damn. Do we rotate here? We're going to wait our turn. I think we could... Oh, Jesus. They're getting so lucky with these shots. Just shoot in, see if we hit something. Yeah, I'll take it. When we apply some overwhelm to him, this dude's big weapon comes out. He went for a line shot. Alright, we whiff again. Let's get the pole mace out. Lock him down. Damn, that sucks. And now we'll use his rotation instead. Let's move in. We didn't get a better chance there. When disarm misses, it feels really bad. Because you're kind of already investing in not doing damage, which is something I don't really like to do. I thought the chance to get it would be better the closer we got, which is why I stepped in. And instead of attacking, we're going to step in one more. That hurt. Brown's in trouble. Let's go. We need you. We need you in this fight. What I should have done there was shield wall into a parry. But what we have to do now is we got to lock all these guys down. If not outright kill them, we've got to lock them down. There we go. I mean, that's what we were trying to do. Let me see. Can you use whips? If someone gets into your zone, can you still use a whip? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. And I feel like I should. Yeah, I had a feel he's going to get away probably unless I drop dogs. And I will drop a dog here. I'll drop several. They might steal a kill or something, but it's not a big deal. That's what we wanted. Excellent. Now he's got to go fisticuffs. And we're coming down to help. Before stuff gets dangerous. I mean, that's a weapon you just kind of have to respect. And he's almost certainly going to get a chance to hit us with it. Yeah, he's so much faster than us. That sucks. Okay, he didn't kill my dog. That's what I was just like, he's going to kill my dog. But he did not. Not today, Satan. We get the weapon. I always forget what those things are called. But they hit friggin' hard. Alright. One level for our trouble. We're going to pick up the nasal helmet. We're going to get the Warbrand, which is sort of exciting, but I'm also just plain happy to get this crossbow. We'll probably sell the throwing spear. We got a lot of supplies here. A lot of food. Silver bowls worth quite a bit. Good to sell, plus a signet ring. So this was a great like haul in terms of money for us. How big is our wagon? Are we nearly at capacity? We are. And as much as I love the irony of him using a whip, I kind of would like to give him quick hands. All right, let's switch some of this stuff back since we'll be traveling soon. I kind of like the idea of giving him quick hands and getting him a crossbow. His range skill is up to 67 now, which is not terrible, considering he's an indebted, right? But we got to make sure, of course, we give him a quiver. I could see him just, for a little while at least, using a crossbow, then switching out to his fire lance. And I've been using him as sort of like flank protection. But I think he's a viable character for you know, being a decent crossbowman. Or, you know, until we get the handgun. Buck here, I think is going to be a crossbowman through and through, so I'm tempted just to go ahead and pick up that crossbow mastery. We have some decent rolls here. I want the fatigue. And then the rest, though, I think I just take 2 and 2. Call that good. I'm going to make him a... see, this is the thing. Should I make him a crossbow master? Or in the end, will he still be a pretty decent melee character, and I'll wish I had made him some sort of, like, polearm master. I don't know if I'm going to stick with the pole mace. This is not, you know, a toppest tier two-handed weapon. I think of bill hooks and other such things when I think of that. So I'm tempted to make him a polearm master, which means I shouldn't do anything on this tier yet. I don't know what I want. I don't know what kind of weaponry I'll have, so I need to just leave it alone. What I can do instead, though, is go for something like rotation. Just get that utility right out of the way. So we may not be seeing like all of the value from stuff like rotation and footwork yet, because we haven't needed to use it. Oh, this thing again? Yeah, we're not chasing you over some strange meat. We're not seeing it yet, but that's only because we're not taking the fights at this point. Like, especially in the Holy War, where dudes are going to be throwing grenades at us. You know, if we're in the Goblin City, you're going to have Goblin Shamans dropping stuff on you. There are going to be times in the somewhat near future. Let's camp. You know what? Let's also, while we're waiting, we're going to repair the Warbrand for sure. Anything else in need of repair that's going to make us some cash? Is someone wearing something worse than this? I don't think so, right? And this is a 140 helmet, so somebody's got to be wearing that. Let's give it to a Grand Loser. Reorganize our stuff a little. I think that's fine. I don't know what the prices are going to be here. It's dawn now. I was hoping it would be okay prices. They're currently doing a rebuilding effort. Let's see, what are we looking at? Let's find one of our handy-dandy shields. The prices are bad, but when the prices are bad, you can still find utility in this. We can still just sell off all of the cheapest, the absolutely cheapest stuff. Tree branches and shields and extra quivers and all that. We can get rid of that stuff. And we can do that and make space in our inventory for the treasure that we know we're about to get. The price for tools here is really low. So even though we may not need tools at this moment, we can stock up. We can go up to 200 if we wanted to. And I'm tempted to buy all the tools they have, because it's not going to go to waste. Get rid of some of these. Okay. Yeah. Let's... The food is also really cheap. Though I don't need food. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's go take a fight. See what they have in the armor. Nothing we need. It's been so long since I looked at these. I was like, I wonder if they added anything there, and I just didn't know. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at that and like, man, I wonder if I'm missing something. All right, let's head down here. I had a feeling it was gonna 14 Exers out of nowhere. I'm tempted to take that fight, but I don't think I will. I would like to be in good shape for what might potentially be an incredibly lucrative fight here at Dagger Den. Depending on what they have, definitely denotes whether or not we take this fight. A few marksmen, many raiders, and a leader. Yeah, I also didn't check that place for hires. We're still a little bit hurt. Grand Loser needs his level up as well. Let's go 4 there, 3 there, and I mean, I want to start giving him more melee defense. But I'm going to take the 4. We get 5 bonus HP on him. And then here we didn't pick yet for Grand Loser either. What are we doing with him, guys? What are we doing? His stats are just so, like, tanky. They're so bland that he's just going to be a shield bro. It's guaranteed he's going to be a shield bro. He doesn't have footwork yet, but I think to increase his survivability for any upcoming fights, let's go ahead and give him shield expert. Let's play into his defensiveness. And he's right next to Brown, who's also a shield expert, so they can throw up some pretty badass shield walls. I am going to take this fight, though. Just wish me luck, because it's a dangerous one. We still have the broken nose that'll heal soon. You know what? I feel like we need to chill. But we don't have time to chill, is the problem. We're going to take it. We're gonna go hard. They've got their fortifications, which may or may not favor them, depending on what they've got. He's got a military cleaver and a heater shield, so nothing unique on this leader. His armor's okay, but the odds are we're just going to wreck whatever armor he's wearing. Nice. All this does, if they don't have the ranged advantage, is it filters them in for us. Like, we want them to come through and have to squeeze through these tight gaps, because we can take advantage of it. And the AI is going to have a hard time doing so. I do hate that they have so many crossbowmen. Oh wow, he whipped out some throwing axes on me. I don't want fair fights. The sooner we get our crossbowmen in place, the better. Because what we have that they don't have is we are going to be very efficient at backing up our frontliners with the dudes. Let's lower this foliage. With the dudes that fight behind. And we're going to focus. We're going to focus very good. I'm just hoping, you know, last battle they got really lucky with their range tools. This time, you know, we just took 2 on the shield. It's kind of what I would expect. I'm a little shocked he had throwing weapons, but it's okay. This is where Overwhelm would have been great. We'd have just put 3 stacks on him, and the odds of him hitting us at that point would have been 0. Alright, now we're in it. Not the best place for our archer, because, trees. And because he's got that shield up, let's go for a stun. Alright, they have a few more guys than I was thinking. This is pretty dangerous up here. We've got to get through him. And we're going to do that by bringing down Sir Ascot and getting a bit more of a surround. Let's go for a line shot here. This is beautiful. It's all interesting. Take a 42 there, but I think... No, that's Oz. I thought it was somebody else. Dang it. I would not have switched there. I didn't realize that was Oz. That's okay. We can still make something useful out of that. I may just bring Oz to a different position. I'm going to ignore this flank. Or should I? You know, Brown is hurt. And because of that, I'm going to move him back. And I'm going to bring him into this fight. Yeah, they've managed to get more guys out than I was hoping they would. And we may have to drop dogs in order to kind of even this fight out a little bit. I can step in here and stop the throwing axes, and I think I need to. Ow. Oz not having a shield is pretty bad. Because Buck is really exposed. Yeah, whiffing there felt pretty rough. Let's get some dogs in. That dog just took my spot. Kane's in a little bit of trouble. And we're losing. Grand loser is losing. So we're going to rotate. Oh, Jesus. And we straight up died to that. Yeah, guys, this fight is going poorly. I'm not sure if we're quite ready for this yet. I think we can win it. Do we do it 100? You know, not 100. But do we do it like 3 or 4 times to beat it flawlessly? We could. If the guy had a crazy weapon, the leader, or something like that, I'd be much more inclined to grind this one out. But as it stands right now, we're coming into it with injuries. Several injuries and kind of dusted up armor. So we're just gonna we can roll past this for now. I'm not my pride isn't damaged from getting wrecked there a little bit. We kind of not fumbled the ball, but we didn't get as much damage on the opening salvo, I suppose. So we weren't able to push into them. They were able to push out into us, and they made their front line wider than I wanted it to be, if that makes sense. I was trying to keep them down to like one guy in every position, and instead I would either get a kill or they would push me back, and it made it so that they actually were able to put together quite the front line, and the fight just became kind of unwinnable for there. They were able to sit back with their crossbowmen. I couldn't touch them, so we don't have enough men to pressure the flanks and hold the center yet. We need, 3 more guys is the ability to completely flank there and to deal a lot more damage from the back row. All right, what is going to be our next ambition? We need real talent to bolster our ranks further. We'll recruit the most talented we can find and mold him into a god of war. What does this mean? Have a character in your roster with a 3 stars talent at 3 different attributes. Wow. Consider hiring the recruiter for your retinue. Interesting, and this is new. Have 2 men with the hammer mastery. That's not going to happen. Besting orcs. 4 orc locations. Okay. That's the best we're going to get, I think. But we'll get a unique accessory, which makes the wearer immune to being stunned, which is one of the best accessories you can get. It's the orc necklace. Yeah, I like to give it to any of my lone wolf characters. So, we're about to get one of these locations done. Hopefully this is not a fight that we can't win. I'm thinking it'll just be some orc young. Potentially, maybe a berserker or something. Yeah, mini orc young. Let's get in there. And that bought us a little bit of time. Oh, and some of them ditched out. And now it's a few berserkers? Oh my god, it changed out at the last second. Okay. Look at this. They've skinned people. Let's just spacebar this stuff. You want to talk about a dangerous fight? We have just stepped into the freaking danger zone, y'all. I have to imagine he's going to go first. If we wanted to win this flawlessly, dogs are the way to go. Yeah, we gotta let them come to us. Alright, a little bit of damage. Having lots of warbows in situations like this is really what you want. Oh, this is so dangerous. It's almost scarier that there's 3 of them with no orc young. Something about only fighting the berserkers is extra scary. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. He's got the big chain, and these 2 have one of the hardest hitting weapons in the game, the Man Splitter. We did a build in one of our playthroughs where we used the hell out of the Man Splitter. Okay, that was pretty rough, Buck. Go for the stun. We didn't get it. Hit him with that point blank. We're going to footwork the hell out of there. We're going to get in here. That way he can hit everyone at every position. Yeah, Kane is very out of position. Alright, wish me luck. We missed a lot of shots. And they're really fast. Ow. Jesus. Whoo! Faded. And we landed the line shot on both of them. Huge. Very clutch. They don't scare easy. You have to do the work to get rid of these guys. We're going to take him out of that fight. Jump in. He's so fast. But yeah, if Kane can get one shot off, he'll get the kill. We did it. We got all the weapons, the berserk chains, and the 2 man-splitters. Look at the numbers on that. 90 to 120 damage. But it builds up fatigue every turn. You got to have a recovery-style build and a brother who just has ridiculous fatigue. You got to take Brawny, of course. Time to collect our pay. Was that worth it? Maybe. This all became just a bit more worth it whenever we took on that ambition that was orc focused. Until that moment, it really wasn't worth it. And we're very injured now. We have to go all the way back to Ottendorf. So I'm going to try and take advantage of this as a time to travel. Maybe we take one of these battles here. These are all small villages, though. We kind of want to get back to Rassanan. Yeah, let's go around. I'm okay with that. See what there is to see. There's another city out here. See, we wouldn't have known that if we wouldn't have kind of accidentally gone the wrong way. Let's see what it is. Wow, it's a pretty lucrative looking place. It's got a tavern. It's got a temple, an armor, a barber. We haven't really messed with the barber at all. They have marauding greenskins. The prices here look quite high. And they're extremely high. Alright, let's make some money. This is what we were saving for. We're sitting at 1348 right now. Sell the furs. Silver bowl, 2 signets. I'm not going to use the throwing spear, so I'm just going to get rid of it. One of the hunting bows is gone. I'm not going to use the 2-handed mace. It's a cool weapon, but we're already sort of outstripping it. The berserk chain is a very cool weapon, but once again, we just can't use those. We can't make effective use of it. Alright, we're back up to 6 grand already. Pretty wild. Get rid of that. Get rid of one of these helmets. Anything else? We're at 6,200 now. Just like that. Did anyone level at the last battle and I just didn't notice? No. Okay, but here we should check. They have an armor. Yeah, but because they're in trouble, their loot is a little bit low. Footman's armor, that's what the leader was wearing. It's a pretty decent mid-game armor at 190. Durability. It's a pretty expensive get. See who their hires are. Nobody. They have a historian, which would be cool just for thematic purposes, but that's not going to happen. And a barber. We haven't really looked at what our men look like. Let's take a second and just look at our men. I don't know if I'll go through the trouble of changing anyone unless they're hideous, but I think it's cool to know what we all look like. And you know what? We haven't messed with the new like body types and stuff. Maybe we do mess with that. So Brown the Bear, Kane, covered in his scratch marks. Awesome. Oz here. Love the beard. Richter, Nightstar. That guy looks like a psychopath. We've got Ozymandias. Same, scarred up. We got a lot of gray-haired men. You know what? This might be one of... And he's got the red hair, too. I like that. This might be one of the most mature-looking groups that I've ever had, just like naturally. And we can come into here and see what's up. Let's see about some tavern gossip. The captain of the guard deserted a while ago to join a raider camp hidden on the plains to the south. My uncle, who served under him, claims he raided the army before leaving and grabbed a real prize. Let's give our men some drinks and call it. Yeah, that was a good little stop there. Didn't know there was another city there for us to take advantage of. It'd be nice to take this time to explore. Because once again, if we do find something, We're going to get paid for it. Wow, nothing? That's pretty wild. I don't need to stop there. That place doesn't have anything for me. It's a small village. My early objectives still stand. I want to get back to the city-states. And I want to recruit some new brothers. Get them in on the fighting. And start giving them experience. We're taking a bit of a roundabout path back. But it'll pay off if we find a couple locations or just a group we can fight and make money. Ozymandias the wolf sags into the sands, one knee buckling, and as soon as it straightens back up, the other buckles in turn. You look back just in time to watch as his eye rolls back in his head and he crumples. The company rushes to his help, getting him water and shade. He hacks and thrashes back to life, but the withering heat has already done its damage. What is that? Okay, it's a... We'll be gone in 1 to 3 days. Okay, it's temporary. I wonder if he got that because he was old or if it's just us being in the desert. Many cutthroats. We're going to take that fight. It's an easy, it's a no-brainer fight. With the potential, as always, to get some unique loot from it. Yeah, since we're using him as a crossbowman, we should move him. He should be over here now. But his role is very flexible. It may change as we pick up additional brothers. I try not to lock anyone into anything until it's necessary. And you can see in a fight like this just how far we've come. When it feels like we're not making progress, we take a fight like this and we're just like, oh yeah, we're doing great. You know, what are we going to get from this fight? Probably nothing. You know, but a little bit of experience. A little bit of loot. And we're clearing the map for future explorations. I prefer not to leave places behind us that we know we can beat. Let's get that out, Oz. It was interesting to see in the comment sections. Many people agree that the cartographer seems to just be an auto, like, rush. Rush the cartographer, have a successful campaign. Stay near the arena, make a lot of extra money. These seem to be some pretty good truisms. For our trouble, I mean, we got spices. They're not going to sell for a lot in the city-states. But if we were to go back up north, we'll hold on to that for a while. Let me drink some more water. Let's not take this fight here. I've considered it. I'm going to pass it. Yeah, I'm going to pass this one too. Let's come to the town and see if we can recruit a new brother. And that way we can include him in these fights and get him experience. And I think that's us using our noggin here. We might also just run up here and see what if anything might be there. Who's for hire, guys? Give me some fresh blood. Yeah, no go. I don't really want to pick up a sellsword. I want some new southern-based dudes. Handgun. Oh, they do, but look how expensive it is. It's freaking $4,500. Wow. Okay. Okay. I want it. I gotta think about it, though. It's pretty expensive, guys. Pretty expensive indeed. And you gotta have a powder bag, correct? So I would have to have 2 of these. So we're talking like a 4,700 gold investment. I want it though. Let me... That's such a huge investment. For the same price, like I could buy this and still have 1,000 left over. Oh man, why's it gotta be so expensive? And now I wish I had taken the fight because there's no one here that I want to hire. Man, do I pull the trigger? So, I have seen the Fire Lances for as low as 900 or like 875 or something like that, which I think is an amazing price, don't get me wrong. But at that rate, we could get this down into the 3,000s. As much as I want this, I think it's a bad deal. I think it's a very bad deal. We're paying 4,500 for something that's worth 3,000. I'm going to hold off on it. I stand by the fact that I think the most important thing we can do with our money on this episode is to pick up 2 additional brothers. That was my goal. I'm going to stick to it. We're going to come down here and take these camps. If I could have grabbed someone, that would have been better, but we got to get back to Ottendorf. I mean, that's where we're trying to go. These locations, not only are we clearing them out for future, development, sort of, but we're also taking like a little dice roll on whether or not we might get lucky and get some famed loot. I was trying to think, I had like a little brain fart there. I was trying to think of what it's called when a local government can kick you out of your home because your home is located in a place. And this might just be an America thing. I hope not. Well, I hope this doesn't happen to anyone. But basically, they kick you out of your home because they need to build a highway there, and sometimes it's not even that. Like it's not even like public infrastructure. It's like, oh, this is where a mall is going to go, which will generate a lot of jobs, and you can kind of understand it. But the idea that the government can ever kick you out of your home is something that's always bothered me, and it's called eminent domain. I was trying to think of what it was, but that's it. And it's just a horrible thing. I'm sure they compensate you probably at a slightly higher rate than what your home is worth, right? They might give you an extra 10% for the inconvenience. It's not like they just kick you out. They pay you. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things that when I first heard about it, I'm like, no, not in America. And it's like, no, that happens. And then I was like, well, surely it's only like we have to build this nuclear power plant here, and it's like the only place. And you're like one trailer, like we got to move it. Like we can't just like you can. There's a balance, right? We have to build this military base here for such and such a reason, and you're like, I don't like it, but for the good of the people, maybe, But the idea that some hotel developer can lobby local politicians and they can kick you out of your house. Maybe I'm misunderstanding how this all works. I don't think so, though. I'm pretty sure there have been cases where it's been abused. I don't like the idea. Yeah, I think it's an un-American idea. When you own land, the land is yours. And maybe they can't take land that's actually owned by the people. Maybe they can only take land that's owned by the bank. It'd be an interesting thing to look into. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the law. I was hoping to find maybe another location. Just do a quick sweep. I don't want to go all the way back over here. So we're gonna cut this part short. I had a feeling there might be something there, and there wasn't. Let's get back to Karakan. Let's get some new brothers. Oh, wow. Out of nowhere. Another difficult fight, though. They have a nomad leader. Last time we fought a nomad leader, we came out of it with some sweet loot. Is this him here? No, that's just an outlaw. So we can't see the leader yet. But this is a pretty deep squad. They've got dangerous weapons. The composite bow, does more armor damage. The scimitar. Walid the Traitor's Bane. Let's pick on the unshielded, lightly armored guys. Get them out of here. And then we can focus on whatever we want after that. Good hit. And we'll reload. Step in here. Line shot for the win. That felt bad, but this is Oz. We're just going to reload. One down. Some dudes are starting to have second thoughts about their life decisions, which is exactly what we want. Big damage. Big damage everywhere. Let's not get hit by axes. Some of the composite bows are repositioning. When I saw him jump backwards, have you ever seen Starship Troopers? When Neil Patrick Harris puts his hand on the brain worms, and he's like, "It's afraid," and everyone cheers. That's what I thought of when the dude ran away. That's stupid, but there you go. Yeah, I didn't really like jumping in with Brown. Oh, the scimitar is now in play. This has become scary to me. We need to do something about him as quickly as possible. We are going to switch here because I want to have access to the stun. Alright, Oz, come on, buddy. We're going to reload because I don't want to get close. Shield wall parry, I think, is the move. If we could put a little pressure on these ranged units, that would be nice. Alright, shield wall already coming in. I'm so scared to see the potential of this weapon. I don't think I've ever been hit by one before. Yeah, shoot at the guy with his shield up. I love it. And they're coming in to support. Ah, he went to try and chop my shield down. That's great for us because these shields have crazy durability. So, I mean, that's all good for us. And he's freaking out now, so... Go for the stun. 47% and a whiff. Do these guys have footwork? That is something I do not know. 58 there, reload. I'm going to go for him. Shield wall, I care more about. I'm going to prioritize that. We just got to hold him in place. We've got the numbers. We're whittling down this force. If I get that weapon, I'm going to be stoked, but I don't know who I'm going to put it on at this point. Ow. Alright, protecting the flanks. Respect. Applying 2 stacks of overwhelm before he's able to do anything, and he's out. He's out of here. Went for the stun again and whiffed. Alright. Let's get the spear out. Let's get in there. Give him one less person to be able to, like, dodge away from. We could, of course, chase him down with dogs if we have to. 9 lives procs. There was so much more damage he could have done. Him going for the shield on that one turn was huge. And y'all all done messed up. Down he goes, and we got it, guys. A 4,000 gold pickup for us. So huge. Who are we going to give it to? Hard to say. I mean, the greatsword I think is probably still better, but that remains to be seen. There are, you know, large cleaver weapons already in the game. So it's not unique. Getting another plated nomad mail is nice as well. Anything else that I'm kind of overlooking? We got silk and a silver bowl and 436 rounds. This was a lot. These 3 things are a lot in terms of value, but I mean this two-handed scimitar. A large scimitar wielded with both hands, the curved blade cleaves right through any enemy. Awesome. And lots of experience for our trouble as well. Who can use that though? That's the real question. Do we have someone capable? It's almost like it's Ozymandias. He's just not there yet with his stats. And he might have a hard time getting there, period. He's going to go berserk here. keep continuing to try and fix his low fatigue. Take a 3 in melee defense. I like it. And he has a star here in melee skill, but do we take that? Yeah, we do. Let's get his numbers up. His numbers are just plain low. Brown has leveled. You love to see it. He is... Yeah, I'm trying not to lock him into any type of weapon mastery at this point. He's got rotation, but he doesn't have footwork. Whether or not he needs footwork is debatable. He is our tank, right? If anyone doesn't need to be able to jump out of combat, it's him. I would almost rather go for something like 9 lives. Something... Well, probably not 9 lives. That's a bad example. I wouldn't go for 9 lives because if he's at that point, like, we've already lost. If Brown is getting taken down, like, we've lost. So there's no point in going beyond that. I'm gonna give him this 2 in melee skill, which sucks just because of how high all these other rolls are. And I'm gonna go for a 5 in hit points. I feel like that's just better than range defense. If you think of hit points as a way to... I almost split them between melee defense and range defense. In a time where I'm getting hit by only ranged weapons on Brown, melee defense is a useless stat. In a time where I'm only getting hit by melee units, range defense is a useless stat. HP is never useless. It's never... 6 or 7 points or whatever we just picked up in HP is always relevant, if that makes sense. So it's a hedge. It's like I'm hedging my bets. I'm saying that there are going to be times where one of these stats are useless, and if these stats are high enough, then the HP is going to be the thing that is always relevant. So, I mean, I'm definitely open to debate for that, whether or not that's the right call. But I think that's a good move. Okay, here. What do we do here? I like Underdog, just always. I could see getting that on every brother. I like Steel Brow. We don't need Fortified Mind. We've got enough Resolve. It's tempting to get Fortified Mind on your Sergeants because it makes your rally so much better. I said Underdog is great because I can see us putting him into positions where he's going to be affected by like a lot of units influencing his defensive capabilities, and I think that is good. Indomitable has been changed. The skill costs more to use now. He would also make a really good taunt, bro. And in the arena, I think taunt could be very effective. Relentless has been changed, but I don't know if he's the character that needs the initiative reduction. I feel like there's something else that might have been changed. Resilient? Any negative status effect with a finite duration bleeding charm has its duration reduced to 1 turn. Status effects that have their effects grow weaker over several turns are at their weakest from the start. So him getting poisoned is just not a thing. Steel Brow, also great. Hits to the head no longer cause critical damage to this character, which also lowers the risk of sustaining debilitating head injuries significantly. There was a time where I valued Steel Brow very high. Something like Adrenaline might be cool. Or even Fast Adaptation to try and help him hit. Although there's definitely controversy. Some people hate this ability, this perk. They just think maybe the bonuses aren't worth it. And you can sit down and do the math. I don't think it's a bad perk. I just think there's got to be something better, especially at these lower tiers for you than that. Killing Frenzy is great, but Brown's not our killer. I would probably snap off Indomitable if they hadn't made the changes. So instead, I'm going to go for Underdog right here. I'm curious what you guys think. But like I said, I know my playstyle. I know how I'm going to use Brown. And it's going to be in situations where, you know, he's going to be surrounded. Alright, now on Kane, we've got 2 perks to get. And I think Overwhelm has got to be one of them. For those of you who aren't aware of what Overwhelm does, and how did we get 2 perks? Student. We made it to level 11. It's the last level where you get perks. Student, procs, the last little bit. It says at the 11th character level, you gain an additional perk, so you get it back. Very cool. And then we go down to Overwhelm. Learn to take advantage of your high initiative and prevent the enemy from attacking effectively by overwhelming them with your attacks. With every attack, hit or miss, against an opponent that acts after you in the current round, inflict the Overwhelm status effect, which lowers both melee skill and range skill by 10% for 1 turn. This effect stacks with each attack and can be applied to multiple targets at once with a single attack. I know I want this, so I'm getting it. My problem is now I have the choice between Killing Frenzy and Nimble. Killing Frenzy would be amazing for him. It would be. But let's take a second to look at what Nimble does for us. And whether or not this is a tipping point for us. Because if I decide to put him in medium armor, keep this kind of like medium gladiator helmet for the rest of our playthrough, Nimble becomes a lot worse. Initiative will probably always remain pretty high. So dodge doesn't to me feel like a wasted perk. But Nimble at some point can become quite terrible. So specialize in light armor. By nimbly dodging or deflecting blows, convert any hits to glancing hits. Hit point damage taken is reduced by up to 60%. But lowered exponentially by the total penalty to maximum fatigue from body and head armor above 15. The lighter your armor and helmet, the more you benefit. So, I have kind of decided in my mind, I'm very curious what you guys are going to say about this, because I think it's a little bit controversial. I am going to put him in medium-esque armor, very similar to what he's currently wearing, but better, once we get better quality stuff and access to it. And I'm going to go for Killing Frenzy. I'm going to rely on dodge, Colossus, my ability to rotate and use footwork. I would probably, if I could go back in time, I might not value footwork as highly, and I would probably still get rotation. I'm going to value Overwhelm for keeping me safe, and just overwhelming offensive capability. I think this is the right move. If I had one more perk, it would 100% still go into Nimble, and then we could kind of go from there. But I think this point here threw off my build. I'm not used to having to incorporate something like footwork into my builds. But there you have it. That's what I've decided. I'm going to get the 6 in initiative, the 3 in melee defense, and the 3 in melee skill, putting him over 90. So guys, for those of you who don't know, once you hit level 11, you indeed cannot get any more perks, but you still, and you also don't get those big rolls like we've been getting. Instead, every level will be able to put 1 point and up to 3. It's locked at 1. It's capped at 1. So we can still start putting points in other areas that will help us to fill in the gaps. So let's say we were unhappy with his range defense being 13. For the next, let's say 5 levels, we say we want to dedicate 1 point to his range defense out of the 3. And we can get him, in a better place there. Alright, Sir Asgot, let's see. It's hard to know what he's going to be just yet. So because of that, I'm going to go for a rotation here. The more people that have rotation, the more effective rotation becomes. 4 in fatigue is a no-brainer for me. The 1 in melee skill is brutal because I was hoping he would get a good roll and maybe incentivize me to, I don't know, hook him up with some better weaponry or something. The 3 in melee defense is fine. And I'm tempted to take the 4 in hit points over the 3 in range defense, so I think I will. Up to 90 HP. And I can admit this, y'all, I probably like HP more than most people do. I think that's a fair thing to say. I've seen other people not value HP at all. They keep their HP in like the 50s and the 60s, even on their most elite characters. But in that point, they're relying on their melee defense and range defense or what have you, and some of their perks more heavily. I'm expecting to get hit. I don't like my entire run kind of coming down to whether or not I get hit like once. For me, that always feels terrible. And a big 4-4. And I'm tempted to just go the 3 here, or just to grab this 4 in range defense. We're going to take the 4 in range defense, and we're going to pump his melee defense, and probably his fatigue, and we'll see. We'll give him a few other points as we go. So I want to give him underdog. It's another way to keep him safe. And then we'll have, on his next level, we'll get 2 perks available. And at that point, I'll probably just give him Sword Mastery. And as well as, I'm also thinking, maybe Killing Frenzy also. So those are my thoughts right now. I'm interested in knowing what you guys think. I know I spent quite a bit of time on that. But it was probably worth it. And we have the freaking weapon that I want to give to somebody, but who do I give it to? Huh. We just don't have anyone with the amazing like melee skill of a two-hander at this point. Let's see what's at this nomad hideaway. I don't remember. It feels like it's been forever since. Yeah, let's take him. I swear, guys, by the end of this episode, we're gonna be looking at recruiting people. Show me what you got. Alright, cool. Took it right on the shield. Dangerous weaponry's got to go first. We whiff both attacks, but what can you do? And if they leave two... Okay, they're only going to leave one guy back. I was going to say, you leave multiple guys back, and that suits me just fine. We missed every attack on this outlaw. He's got dodge. I guess that kind of... that tracks. Just get in there. But our odds are not that bad. I mean, we basically have missed some pretty easy rolls. We're going to support the heck out of these dudes, and we're going to send Kane to the front. Wow, lucky! What a lucky shot. Consider dropping a dog there. Alright. I love the AI strategy of bringing these types of archers forward and putting them behind their front lines. I think the AI doesn't do that enough. It's a solid strategy. Nice, and we pulled someone away from this fight. All the pocket sand. Yeah, we can't afford to miss too many more times. We've got to. I mean, we got to make plays now. Landing the stun there would have been huge. Disappointing. This guy should have been dead many times over. This guy should be on his last leg. I'm going to use a dog. That's where I was hoping he would go, but I wasn't sure if he would. We're just giving them another chance to wreck us. Good job. He cut his artery. And this dog is going to shut down this nomad archer unless they rotate. Okay. Fair, I guess. Applying that overwhelm, 3 stacks. Very effective against a dude using a weapon that attacks multiple times in the single attack. Yeah. Oh my god, and we got smashed. We're getting wrecked in this fight, and we shouldn't be. They're kind of snowballing against us. I'm going to get greedy and take those 2 hits, even though the odds were not in our favor. Excellent. And I mean, hitting the shots now is great and all, but like, we're injured now, and our armor is busted now. And I don't even know if Asgard can take another one of those types of hits. Get him, Puppo. Get in there. Thank you. Thank goodness. We had to fade that attack. Howler's doing a good job. Thank you, Howler. Always say thank you to your good boys. Rule number 40-something. You've missed 3 attacks, Ozymandias. 3. That's some unacceptable stuff, man. We need big hitters to hit. Got a line shot ready to go here. Let's get another dog. I don't want these nomad. I don't want these archers escaping. Those bows are worth a little bit. He might still escape, but we've got more dogs. If we... Oh, wow. He went for the big swing. He missed, though. Alright. Thank goodness. So much pocket sand. Alright, everyone wants to go home. Which means we've done our job. Step here. Dog there. Go get him. Excellent. And, you know, we got the bow and we got the Saif. It's pretty value. We don't have quick hands yet? Nope. Sad but true on Oz. Alright, this is like a nothing fight. We just need to finish it up now. Run them down. But it was worth it, right? And this is kind of the utility that the war dogs give you. And we got another one of those bows just from circling them up. We got a 6-man surround here. Excuse me, dog. Go ahead and take that. Thank you. And we got the 3-headed flail, which we've seen is quite expensive. We also picked up the 2-handed safe. So, I mean, we may sell that just because, I mean, at this point, we even have a scimitar we don't know who to give to. Like, what the hell am I going to do with that thing? We have too many items. Let's do that. Alright, let's leave. Look at my inventory. Let's organize our inventory real quick. And let's repair these. Anything else that I should repair? Probably the scimitars. Definitely this. And this armor is better than the Gladiator stuff we're wearing. Give that to Richter. These bows are sort of valuable. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's head across the sands to Karakan. 2 Lindworms have decided it might be a good idea to chase me. Alright, thank goodness they ducked off. Collapsed dwellings, eh? Nice discovery just for the cash. Let's go down. We're getting near the end of today's episode, guys. It's kind of dragged on sort of a lot. But I want to get an arena done maybe at the beginning of the next episode. This was a good grinding episode, which happens, right? We can't make it super exciting every time, but this is a very good grinding episode. And if we come out of this with 2 new brothers, or at least 1 amazing brother, 1 good assassin, 1 more good gladiator, I'd be cool with it. Alright, nice to know that's there. We can make maybe a trip to go boom, boom, boom. There might even be another place here in the future, so... Ooh, there's a devoured settlement, so there's another one. We can go, like, in a nice line. That's great. That's a good density of locations for us. And we made it here during the day, which is awesome. And a 10,000 gold character? 10,000 gold. That's got to be the most I've ever seen. 10,000 gold. He comes with the gladiator armor and the helmet and a shamshir, and he's 4 levels up. That's insane. Oh my god, look how many dudes they have. Malik the head taker, and he's got a Bardich, which I love. But there's Malik the Merciless. Oh my god, we're hiring Malik. He's the only one we can afford. But this guy's got the sick armor and stuff. God dang it. He comes with his own 2-handed mace. But this is a good price. The 2-handed mace, if we were to buy it, is about this expensive. Southern gladiatorial pits are filled with indebted and voluntary killers alike. It was from these ranks Malik came. He rapidly grew through the ranks and managed to buy his way out of the pits and into whatever freedom one could find after such a life. Gladiators such as Malik could be the most skilled fighters in all the land, but the fighting pits are full of games and are designed to bring harm to all who partake. The man is a talented warrior, but he wears the scars and wounds of a career in the arena. You're in. You're in, buddy. I see now how possible it is to get, 3 stars in melee skill. He's irrational and he's paranoid. That lowers his initiative, which would suck if we wanted to make him like Kane, but doesn't matter all that much if he's going to be a 2-hander. His weapon of choice, the 2-handed flanged mace, is one of my favorite weapons in the game, though. When it hits, man, it just hits hard. But he's going to use the scimitar. I think you guys all understand that. Let's give him one of our helmets. Is there any other thing we could do to kind of boost this guy up? I don't like... He's a quality character, and I'm excited about him. I don't like him being... I don't like him being so vulnerable with just the Gladiator harness. Let's give him Colossus at level 1. That's 12 HP, and then we'll get some bonus from this, no doubt. Good to see his, resolve rolls can get pretty high. Let's take a 3 here, a 4 in fatigue. I'm going to pass on a 3 roll in hit points. I just don't think it's necessary. Even a 4 roll in resolve is probably not as high. It's not as high as he's going to get. I'm tempted to get like this 4 roll in range defense, and I think I will because that's kind of a rare roll here. It'll put him over that 10 benchmark that I kind of have. And as a shieldless character, it's good that he has a little bit of extra bonus range defense is what I'm thinking. Okay, for an archer, we'll switch this out. There you go. And I think that's correct. We'll switch them out. And I think Oz, perhaps for the time being, needs to get away from the Fire Lance and just use the pole mace. This is probably something I should have done a little while ago, just to pull the trigger on it. And his range skill is not bad that he could probably consider using a composite bow over a crossbow. But this is just it's a tier 2 thing. Once he gets quick hands, he'll be great with it. I'm happy, guys. Malik the Merciless, we're going to rename him in tomorrow's episode. That was a big chunk out of our finances. I was also hoping to get an assassin today, which is not going to happen, sadly. A decent helmet here. We don't need to spend money on stuff like that anymore, though. Salt is at a premium here, and so is silk. So we'll sell that. Our silver bowls, I forgot I'm actually kind of swimming in stuff that I can sell, too. Get rid of all of that, sell all of these. This. Alright, I love hearing that sound, the cha-ching. That beautiful cha-ching sound. Alright, just when you thought we were broke. Oh my god, could we have afforded one of the big boys? I still don't know. Look, if I could have afforded him, fine. But I still don't know if that would have been a good decision. Even if I could have afforded a 10 grand guy, someone named the Destroyer, I still don't know if that's the right thing to do. I'm going to sell off the two-handed Saif. And the Warbrand, actually. And that leaves us sitting here with 7,700 crowns. Still not enough to get one of those other gladiators. Man, how sick would it be if I just had a team of like almost all gladiators? I'm looking around at some of our characters and I'm just like, you might have to go. And look, if I ever got rid of someone's character, if I told them, have a nice day, I'll see you in the next life, I would rename the new character after the old character, and we would just kind of carry on in that way. But yeah, guys, I'm excited about that. We could sell more things. I could make, I could sell this and this. Let's see. Let's just get hypothetical. Let's get real hypothetical for a second. I'm sitting on a ton of crafting ingredients I really can't use at the moment. I've got a contract to go turn in to make me 1,200. I could go there and come back, which will probably take about I pay 600. It'll take me about 600 out. I could do the arena right now and win the arena and make some money off of that. I mean, there's something to this, guys. We could almost afford another gladiator character. Oh, that's so tempting. I love the two-handed flanged mace, though. Selling it feels kind of bad. The one-handed mace, I think, is also great. Sadly, our characters, some of our frontliners just have really bad stats. So we're kind of... I feel like I'm stuck using arming swords. You know what? Instead of me talking, we can... Let's just do an arena. Oh, we can't while contracted. So we have to turn it in. Okay. Let's do this. Let's give you guys... We took the quest today. Let's give you the satisfaction of seeing me turn in the quest at least. And get the money. And then we'll come back down to Karakan. There'll be other awesome gladiators that we can pick up. I just love those helmets and the armor. And I kind of want to hoard them. So it feels weird that I can't. But once we turn this in, that'll be it for the day, y'all. It's been a good episode. Good battles. We've generated a lot of crowns. We've finished ambitions, which I think is a pretty important thing. We've got a new follower. Oh, 1,700 for that. I didn't recognize this. What is this? Ceremonial season. During the ceremonial season, large amounts of incense are used by temples. The demand and prices for incense are at an all-time high. So we could potentially make some sort of trade run from the city-states for that. Let's just see what these are. A gang of brigands will soon descend upon us. Oh, I love these. We might do that one tomorrow. There's a horde of them terrorizing Saddle. I'll need some time to think about this. Saddle is where again? Like way over here somewhere? Yeah, I don't want to make that trip again. That's nonsense. So I think tomorrow we'll do this contract. We'll defend outside here. We'll hopefully make a good bit of loot. And then we'll travel back down to Karakan. We'll probably stop here at Gebfell Fest first. And yeah, we'll do some cool stuff. Get the arena done. I don't know. Look how many crowns we have. It's kind of insane. We could easily get the 9,000 crown guy right now. Guys, you know I have poor impulse control when it comes to this. I'm like, screw it, we'll figure it out, you know. That 600, you know, that chunked us down pretty good. But if we can get an arena victory, sell a lot of the expensive stuff in our inventory, just understanding that we're going to get more. We had to get there before nighttime, though. And we're not going to make it. Damn. Okay. Yeah, that... You know what? Let's, there's no way to do it. If I could do it again, I would have not followed the road. I don't know if the road was actually faster here. If we could have got here in the daytime, we could have taken the arena for the daytime, waited another day, and then taken another arena. We basically missed out on like 1,000 crowns there. If there was a chance we could have gotten there in the first place, but maybe there wasn't. So let's just see what we have. This has changed. This guy is 9,400. Jesus. But he's an awesome character pre-leveled with a Bardich, which is a great weapon, and 2 really good pieces of armor. I'm so greedy. And that leaves us with space in our company for 1 assassin, which is what I would prioritize. You know what this is, y'all. You already know. We are gonna find other crafting ingredients. I don't want to go too hard if I don't have to. Let's wait and see. I'm tempted to sell the Fire Lance, but only because I know we're going to get a handgun, hopefully in the next episode. That's something that I want to prioritize as well. I'm hoping that now that we're more renowned, perhaps the handgun starts showing up more often. If that has any effect at all, we'll start seeing better loot for sale. But I couldn't help myself, y'all. Milad the Head Taker. What a great title. And I know I have some names on deck. I don't have the list pulled up in front of me, which is why I'm going to wait until the next episode. But while Northerners do partake in combat tournaments, nothing gets close to the violence and gore of a Southern gladiatorial pit. Milad was involved in a diving incident and received a year-long ban from the pit, so he's gambling. There's many pairs in this world, and a gladiator with an untouched body is not one of them. Milad is a skilled fighter, but he earned those experiences with his own blood and body. You're in. I can't help myself. 3 stars in melee skill. He's got swift, so bonus 5 range defense. But he's also a bit of a drunkard, which is something you can fix, but it definitely leads towards some pretty awkward, some very awkward events. It lowers his melee skill by 5, oddly enough. And range skill is completely irrelevant. It gives him bonus resolve and bonus 10% damage. And yeah, as we said, the Bardich, a really sweet weapon with split man and split. It hits both head and body as axes do, but it also has the split swing of a greatsword. So it's pretty cool in that way, and of course he's decked out in some sick armor. I'm kind of tempted to take this from him. You know what? We want the initiative on our boy Kane here, but I think let's give this to Striker and hook him up there. Nice. Very cool. We've got 3 levels on him, so Student is a no-brainer. Colossus is a no-brainer. Brawny for me is a no-brainer. This guy's going to go heavy metal, so we're going to want that fatigue. We'll take a 3. His resolve being low sort of sucks. Him having 2 stars is definitely an initiative, is something to consider. We could make him another dagger bro, just like Kane. He's just not going to be as effective as Kane. Let's stop that for a second. Because he doesn't have the glorious quickness. So to compare him to Kane is not fair. This is such a unique ability that gives him so much more offensive potential than a dude like Malad will have, or Malad will have. So it's not really a super fair comparison. But him having high initiative is still interesting. It definitely leads towards nimble dodge builds. But I think I will go heavier with him. I'm gonna settle into that. I'm gonna ignore these stars. It sucks that they're wasted. It'd be cool if they were in a different area. They're just not. So let's take a 3, 3, and a 3. Try and be happy with those rolls. A 4 here is excellent. Happy to see it. We're not getting the best. We're not getting the biggest numbers that are like pushing me in any given direction here. I'm gonna take another 3 in fatigue. That 4 in melee skill. And I'm going to take a 3 in hit points. I want to get him up over that 71. Yeah, I'll take the 4 there. We can bypass fatigue for this level. Take a 3 in melee skill, and I'm going to take a 3 in ranged, or in ranged defense. Put him over that 10 mark, and we probably won't pump that much more. But just like that, guys, we just got a lot deadlier. It sucks that it took the entire episode to get to the point, but Malik and Malad, who are going to be renamed in the next episode. But what a power spike we just experienced. And happy to get them before we do some, like, really crazy shenanigans. We're going to do the arena at the beginning of the next episode. We've got 2 contracts available to make us some money to put us back in the money game. And if we have to, we can sell some of our our crafting goods to make up the difference. But guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming. And as always, y'all, I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.